G'day guys, thanks for stopping by Opto's place again. I was out scouting around for some reverb, some free reverb, and actually stumbled across the Valhalla frequency echo instead. And I thought, wow, this sounds kind of interesting. So what I'm going to do is show you guys quickly a little bit about what it can do with a snare drum. This is already processed snare, and there's a little bit of artifacts in there that are meant to be there. But you can use this like a normal delay or echo or whatever you want to call it. It's got a stereo and a mono section, so that's cool. You can change that. So let's have a little listen to the snare as it sounds without it. So you can hear it's not normal already, right? So let's turn this on, get some delay happening. So I've got it set up for like a 8th note, so it's almost creating another groove. So let's play with this. This is the real fun knob. See, we're pitch shifting the delay. So you got heaps of cool things you can do with that. Obviously you got feedback as well. Getting a groove on now, folks. And you got your low cut and your high cut filters as well, so you can pull that out, make it narrow, set up the top, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's kind of cool. And then guess what happened? I got a little sidetracked and I thought, man, I can make this really cool. So what I've done is I actually just pulled out one of the snare beats and I set up some little parameters and just thought, okay, let's have a little muck around and just see what we can really do with this one. So this one I called the Mind Bender. Have a listen to this. Don't that mess with your head? Feel free just to jot those down and just have a look. But look, you'll stumble across this stuff yourself when you want to have a little play with it. There we go, right. So I called that one Mind Bender. Now let's go up here. This is the first one I found. Oh, this is kind of cool. So this is a rising flutter, I think. You get the gist? All right. And it kind of repeats on itself. So there's actually some pretty cool things in there. Another one that I did was riser that falls. And you got to play with this one, so let's have a look. So you could cut it off after one of those as it slows down, one of those delays, and you'd find that it'd be like a, that kind of thing. So you could use that effect somewhere. I guess a lot of this is kind of sound design. I just stumbled across this, and my head just got a little bit crazy with it, and I was like, wow, that's cool. So let's try this one here. This is a riser with a fade. And once it hits 3K, also at the high cutoff, it just disappears. So I thought that was pretty cool. So all you got to do is just have a little play around with these things, and you can come up with some pretty crazy effects. Now this one reminded me of the last Starfighter where the guy sends an android down or whatever he was, and he gets his ears all messed up, and that moth was going crazy. That's what this one reminds me of. Those of you that have seen the last Starfighter, you probably remember. It's that low sound at the end, that little flutter thing. The space alarm, I got this one from that as well. Let's have a look. So you kind of got that low hum of the space station or whatever it is in the background. And this crazy alarm. All right, that's enough of that. And here's another one. What this one reminded me of. This one reminded me of the TARDIS. So let's have a listen to that. A little similar, but kind of that frequency. So there we go, folks. The Valhalla frequency echo, messed up, mashed up, and thrown into all sorts of crazy places. So go get yourself that. The link is in the description below. So pick it up. And hey, look, guys, this is kind of a bit of a fun video because we got to do something a little bit different, a little bit of sound design. So if it's good for you, give it a thumbs up and feel free just to follow the channel and we'll find out some more cool stuff like this. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.